Hi, this is Miss Solomon, and this is a video about using LoggerPro. So this is LoggerPro. When you open it, we talked in biology today about using these sort of sidebar where you can enter your data set. So I'm going to enter some data for my x-axis, and then I'm going to enter some data for my y-axis. I'm just making this up. Okay, your data might look different, right? Now, a couple of things. So you'll notice that we plotted points here. We need some axes labels. So I can double click on the X and I can move into definition. So I can give it a name. So let's say that this is my generations. They'll limit you for the short name to a certain number of characters. There's no units for that. All right. And you'll notice that at the bottom, here on my x-axis, that has been updated to generation. I'll do the same for the y-axis. And for this, I need units. So I'll put centimeters. All right. Now notice it puts my shortened version here in the data set, and it puts the long version with units appropriately in parentheses over there. So that's great. Another thing that we need is to scale this. By clicking this button, it will auto scale it for you, but notice that my first point is very, very close to the edge. My last point is very close to the edge. So I'm going to pull down, and when I hover over my axis, I can get two options. I can get one with a squiggly line and arrows at either end. I don't want that one. I want one that has sort of a solid line and then a squiggle. And if I drag, I can just drag that axis over till I can see that point, and I'll do the same one, drag it over. Okay, so now I can see all 3 points very clearly, but my data is taking up the entire graph. If I want a line of best fit, I'm going to click this button up here where it says linear fit, and there is my line of best fit. Now, notice this box that came up is covering one of my points, so I can drag that to a place where it makes sense, and that box is telling me what that line is. It gives an equation for it, it gives our slope, it gives a y-intercept, it gives a correlation, so that's great. Okay, I do need a title, so like everything else, I double click. It gives me axes options, but I can move to graph options and I can write a title. Now remember, we took the diameter for the zone of inhibition. Because this is a title, things should be capitalized like you would any other title for this case. Some people won't want you to capitalize everything, but for this class, we'll do capitalizations. We don't need a legend. We don't need another data set. All of those different things. Okay, we don't want to connect our points, so we're good there. Okay, so we have axes titles. We have our points, we have our line of best fit, we have everything that we could need here. And so then what we will do is save it. So you can save this as a project, and then I find one of the easier ways is to print the graph, okay? But instead of like printing to an actual printer, okay, you can go down here to where it says PDF, and you can say save as a PDF. All right, and you can give it a name. You could say lab graph, whatever it is, and you could save it. And so that will not actually send it to a printer. That will cause it to be saved in your documents. So I can go to my documents, and then I can go to my lab graph, and there is my graph, and it looks very nice, and we will be able to attach that file to an email.